guys, what is going on? So just got the O-rings for the Jetta, so we're gonna go ahead, pull the fuel rail off. So all of the injectors are gonna come off. We're gonna replace all of the O-rings on them, and we should be good. So we've got the pack of O-rings here. We're gonna go outside, pull the fuel rail off of the car, and throw the new O-rings on, put it back together. Should be like 5-minute project, and then yeah, I think we'll be good. So if you guys can see that, these two move very freely. This one even moves very freely. The only tight one is this guy right here, the one obviously that doesn't have all kinds of crap around it. So that's the only one creating any resistance in pulling the O-ring or pulling the fuel injectors out of the manifold itself. So we're gonna go ahead, swap O-rings. We'll get these old ones off, we'll throw the new ones on, and hopefully it seals up nice and tight and we get rid of this leak. Alright guys, so we got all of the O-rings off. As you guys can see, there are 3 that look similar and 1 oddball. And I think you guys can guess that these 3 are the small ones that were leaking, and this guy was the one that was not leaking. And a while back I had bought O-rings. I thought I swapped them all on, but I had bought these aftermarket O-rings on eBay, and they worked really good. And then I got those new injectors for the car, which are in the car currently. And I could have swore I swapped all of these ones onto those new injectors, but obviously I got everything all mixed around and actually did not get the right O-rings on. So these ones are the old ones, this one's broken. So you can see these ones are they're not very flexible, and then this one is like crazy flexible, and you can see the width difference. So this one is just, it's a lot more bubbly, a lot more squishy. These ones are very firm and way smaller. So yeah, anyway, and then we can compare it to one of the new O-rings. So these ones, they're pretty similar with the flexibility. So you can see these ones are basically identical, so should be good. Fingers crossed, everything should work out. We're going to get all of the new ones swapped onto the O-rings, or sorry, get the new O-rings swapped onto the injectors, and I think we should be good. Alright, so new O-rings are all on the injectors. As you guys can see, got new O-rings on all of them, and this is exactly what we want to see. So it is physically, it's not impossible to get it in, but it is tough. There is resistance there. So we're going to put some grease just to get them to slide in and not get damaged. But we want a nice tight fit like that. So perfect. So everything is put back together. I used actually like some white lithium grease to get them in. Slid right in. Perfect. Still had the good clearance and tight fit, but slid right in. So we're all good. Let's take it out for a drive and see how it does. Starts rolling. It's like, I don't know, the initial hit isn't crazy, but just rolling into it with the boost, it's such a crazy sensation in this car. that little chirping noise was actually like me like halfway in throttle and kind of letting out. So the blow-off valve was letting some of the air out, but damn. So the one thing that I've never really understood with this car, and I think it's just a tune thing, me really just needing to get a proper tune for the car. So when I do rips like that, we're like partial throttle, so like half throttle and about like 2/3 throttle, but never full throttle, because when I go full throttle, I think it just runs so rich that the car actually really doesn't like it, and it actually won't pick up RPM, and it won't pull nearly as hard as it does when we're partial throttle and kind of letting the car resort to, I think, what it's getting the readings from the map from. So that's why it seems like it takes forever to get into boost. It's weird. You kind of have to finesse it a little bit. So you want to get into boost quick, you give it a lot of throttle and then kind of back off throttle once it starts building boost, and then just let it kind of do its thing after that, and it'll kind of just start pulling harder and harder. As that's scary. That was actually a sheriff's truck. So yeah, it would be nice to be able to drive the car hard like you're supposed to and give it like full throttle and all of that stuff. Maybe one day we'll go with like a standalone ECU and we won't have to be finessing the throttle. Anyway guys, I would call that a success for changing those O-rings on the fuel injectors. I would say anyone who turbos their car should actually take a look at that and measure them, get some bigger ones, get some fresh ones, just so you can cross that off your list of potential boost leaks. Never a bad thing. So yeah, we'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.